guys, what's up? Bargain Hobo here. Valentine's Day. What a lovely holiday that is. It's full of, love and romance and candy and... Wait, what do you mean I miss Valentine's Day? Well, how much did I miss it by? Oh. Okay. I know I missed Valentine's Day. I was super busy. So, what game are we talking about for Valentine's Day? Well, past Valentine's Day, you know what I mean? We're looking at Girl Fight. But, before we look at that, let's talk about Street Fighter.
Why do I want to talk about Street Fighter, you ask? Because that's a fighting game that has its priorities straight. Tight controls, iconic characters, frantic fun gameplay, everything a fighting game should have. And yeah, even though it does kind of sex up the female characters for a bit, it remembers that it's a fighting game first and a sexy showcase second. Now, that brings us to Girl Fight.
Alright, so Girl Fight might not have its priorities straight, but does that mean it's bad? Let's find out. It's time to Hobo up!
Girl Fight is a 3D fighting game that stars sexy, stereotypical girls with less personality than clothes. It's... okay. I'll restrain for now, but just watch. The goal is simple. Beat up the other girl. Well, what more do you want? It's not exactly science. You have your standard punch and kick and special powers that you can assign for each fight. You have some to start with, the more to unlock, and then all can be upgraded, and they don't make that much difference to me. Okay, let's back up a bit. You know Dead or Alive? That fighting game series that has more, shall we say, well-endowed women than you can shake a stick at? Well, Girl Fight is basically that, but you remove any male characters, well-defined controls and whatnot. Essentially, it's just if Dead or Alive, if it were a half-baked prototype that focused more on sex appeal than anything else. Yep, that's what we're dealing with. What more can I even say? These girls are less interesting than cardboard, and the story is... oh, that's right, I forgot to discuss story. Alright, hold on a sec. So, the story is so uninteresting, I almost forgot to talk about it. You know that stereotype that story in fighting games takes a backseat to everything? If this were prison, Girl Fight would become the stereotype daddy and making him sandwiches. Yep, that's what we're dealing with here. But anyway, there's this big evil token foundation, the token big evil corporation. You have these girls who are all affected by them in some way, and you have this quote-unquote god girl, well not quote-unquote, you know what I mean, god girl named Chrome, who can give them revenge on the foundation and allow them to manifest their powers in the real world. Yep, that's the story. You know what? It's sad when even Quest 64 has a more interesting story than this. The game pretends that each girl has her own unique story, and it's given to you in very vague chunks by the god girl you have to fight later, Chrome. But then after a certain point, it becomes just the same dialogue over and over again for each girl. And then there's what happens when you win the arcade mode. So here's how arcade mode works. You fight all the other girls, then you fight Chrome. Then you fight Chrome again, only this time, she has one of those superpowers that's basically always on, but that is not much more difficult than fighting her normally. And then, this happens. Yep, you saw that right. You get tallied up on how you did, you get some additional sexy art of the girl, then you get the most generic ending in the entire fighting game industry. Not even a text ending, just that. And then, guess what happens? You unlock another girl to play arcade mode with. That's right, you don't even get the full roster for arcade mode when you first start the game. That is... what word can we use for that? Tell me in the comments. So for all the fighting you do, you get points, which you can use to unlock new costumes, new moves, upgrade moves. Yeah. And then there's a versus mode. In fact, I have had experience playing with these people. I brought this to a friend's house and forced my friends to play it. Wouldn't you know it? After one round, nobody wanted to play anymore. Can you believe that? Well, I sure couldn't. I was just shocked. Sarcasm. And how much does this whole package cost? It costs $10. You heard right, 10. It would be way too much to ask for $5 for this thing. 10 is just asking way too much. Why did I buy it? Don't judge me. Presentation is probably the best part of this game, and are you honestly surprised at this point? You got decent graphics. The girls do look good. I mean, if you're gonna stoop this low, the girls kind of have to look good. And yeah, the obligatory jiggle physics. What of it? The environments in the game are just bland and generic and really just not worth it. Nothing really sets them apart from anything. I mean, there's stuff in the background, and that's basically it. The music seems to have gone the licensed music route, but I could not call for you a single song from the game. It's just generic hip-hop and with a little rock in there, maybe. It's just... Guys, I'm running out of things to say. I guess I just gotta wrap this up soon, don't I? The voice acting is... well, the majority of it is just, grunts and things when the girls fight and get hit and whatnot. Chrome does most of the voice acting, and hers is just generic computer girl voice. And also, is it just me, or does she sound like she has hotel bells on her costume?
Girl fight. That's a thing. Should it be? Probably not. Slip the rating up there. How's it play? Very bare bones, very generic. It's way behind fighting games today's standards. Wow, it's dreadful. Button mashy. The powers just feel like they're kind of there. They rarely feel like they have any impact. And the fact that it's just a bunch of sexy girls just for the sake of being sexy girls with those generic names and whatnot, this is a game for the loneliest of people. Just the loneliest. Presentation, the graphics are kinda good. I mean, they gotta be if we're talking about sexy girls. And music is extremely generic and forgettable. They seem to have gone the licensed music track, but I could not think of a single track from memory. Game looks meh, plays meh, it just is meh. But the fact that it is just bad and all those things, I'm sorry, but this game is it's banned to the bin. Well, this year isn't getting off to a strong start. Well, maybe next month we'll have better luck. Come back next month when we're talking something more magical. What is that? You have to wait and see. This is Hobo, signing off. Hobo, out!